Hello guys and welcome back to another FPL video. We are 1 week away from the launch of the game and this is the second to last video that I'm going to prepare regarding drafts. From the video after the next one, we are going to talk about specifics in game week 1, what are we looking at, what are we seeing, because here we're talking about a long-term strategy and how to focus it, but then I'm going to start focusing on game week 1 in particular. This video is going to showcase to you how I am building drafts and if I was playing a regular fantasy, how I was going to approach building my draft. Hopefully it will help you seeing things where I focus on, what I do and how I do it. I'm using the FPL.team planner because I think it's probably one of the best out there. I really like it because I can see the next fixtures and I can easily rearrange my squad. If you want to do your draft, you can go down in the description, follow the link to the website of Peter, who is a great guy, and just tinker with your squad if you haven't already. This is the blank structure 15 players we have to complete in. A couple of days ago, I uploaded a video regarding the must own players for this season and I'm going to be inspired from it and I want to put players based on that. First and foremost, when I start building my team, I focus on my captain for the start of the season, and this captain is going to be Mohamed Salah. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm not going to go against him. If I was building a regular draft, I was just going to go with him. Looking at his fixture and his potential, Bournemouth, when they lost a lot of players in defense, it's going to be an easier game. Newcastle away and Arsenal at home are tough fixtures, but he enjoys playing against those two oppositions and I think he's in a good territory. Then Burnley at away. For the first 4 weeks, I see him as a great player to own at the moment, and I think that the tough fixtures come after game week 4. Everton, Palace, Chelsea are historically not a very good teams to play for Liverpool, so this is where it will get tricky. After that, it's still tricky. It's a United derby, it's Aston Villa, it's City, it's Forest, and after game week 12, we're all back on Liverpool. But the first 4 fixtures for Liverpool in general are not that bad to target, and I think even a double up in attack might lead to some fruition. But for now, let's focus on our captain in Mohamed Salah. Next up, what I tend to do is either pick a second captain for the next couple of fixtures, and we have to find someone after probably in game week 3, let's say, but still I would captain here, but from game week 5 onwards. If we don't want to think about it later on, we just go down in the fixture difficulty rating panel. We move to game week 5 and then we start looking for someone with a good run of fixtures that can be a captain shout. Arsenal, they're too far away. Aston Villa is a very interesting shout of captains. I would say for the next 3 fixtures, Sunderland, Fulham and Burnley. I would say this is a territory where I would look at a captain from their team. Brentford, no thank you. Chelsea, it's hard. Liverpool, it's hard. We already seen it. City is not easy. United can be easy. Brentford and Sunderland, but then it's Liverpool. Spurs. Yeah, so probably there isn't a standout captain, so I can even keep Salah and risk him for game week 5. And then from game week 6 onwards, I see Erling Haaland as a potential. For now, I'm not going to approach Erling Haaland because the first 5 weeks I have a captain. Yes, I can captain Haaland against Brighton. But then United, Arsenal, Spurs, Wolves. Yeah, Wolves and Spurs are conceding, but still United and Arsenal might concede, but they're tough opposition. So in general, I would be looking to not go to Haaland at the moment, even though it might be an interesting solution to pick him from my side. Next up on the menu, we have another premium to choose. It's either going to be Arsenal's or Chelsea's because we have those as premiums. The third one is Isaac, and I'm not picking Isaac for the time being. But yeah, Arsenal or Chelsea, and looking at the fixtures, it's just going to be Chelsea, let's be real. That's why Cole Palmer is so popular. 53% of the game own him because he has great potential fixtures. So we're back to game week 1, sorry. Palmer is added here, and I think we are in a good position to continue building. What I tend to do next is I will follow my guideline from the video that I did with the must own players, and after it we're going to adjust the squad. Now, next up, I said that there is a player by the name of Virgil van Dijk who should be a top priority for everyone's playing. I think this is a guy that you should rely on for 38 weeks at the time. I don't see a reason why you should bench him, why you should risk him, because he gets defensive contribution returns when there is a tough fixture. He can get a goal in every game, he can get a clean sheet in every game. I feel like Virgil is a defender that I would look at and say, okay, I must have him, and I will just get him if I say that stuff. Next up, I promoted a defensive contribution defender, and the best one there is, in my opinion, is Tarkowski from Everton. The fixtures are there for him: Leeds, Brighton, Wolves. I can play him in all three of those fixtures with a great success. He tends to get in every 2 games defensive contribution return, so 2 times here it will be enough. He's a little bit expensive if we take a look around a defender like Murillo, but he's the same price, and I think that he will do similar returns. I even support going for someone like Neco Williams. This guy has been amazing and has improved, but at the moment I'm going to go low and I'm not going to risk a lot of money. And there are 2 players that Andersen from Fulham is a great potential. He has Leeds at home as the only easy offensive fixture that I see. Everything else in the first 9 I see as an opportunity to concede. So even though he's good at defensive contributions, I would be a little bit hesitant. Chris Richards is another defender that I will be looking at, and Sunderland and West Ham, probably with Forest, I would say that are good fixture where you can put that defensive contribution defender. And yeah, you have Liverpool, Aston Villa and Chelsea, but you can bench him as he's 4.5. Another defender that I say is going to do great is this guy Diouf, but this is not a defensive contribution defender. So we can go for Chris Richards and get our defensive contributions defender already in our squad. Then moving into our defensive minded midfielder, where I would say that it's a necessity, we have several options. First of all is this guy Baleba. The thing with him is that he has a mediocre start of the season, but I see a lot of places where he will get the bonus points. The bad thing about him is that he might be transferred to United, so he will not longer probably be nailed, as they will have, okay, they both Sescu, Kune and Tembumu that are going to be up front. They have Amat and Dorgo on the wings. They have Bruno in the middle, and then they have Casemiro, Baleba, Ugarte and Mainu fighting for those positions, and they don't have European football, so I don't see them rotating a lot in the league. So Baleba is not going to be an option. Then we move to the best option there is, in my eyes, that is Anderson. This guy is on set pieces. This guy is improving by the year, and since game week 15 last season he was detrimental to Forest. I know that European football is coming, but I don't know how much they will focus on it and how much rotation they are going to put in their midfield in order to have it, because they have a solid foundation of midfielders. If we go to midfielder and then we go to Forest, their holding midfielders look like that. Anderson, Dominguez, Sangare, Yates are 4 players that are going to play in 2 positions. So I know everyone is hyping Anderson, but is he going to play? I have no idea. Of course, you can go for someone more expensive like Rodri, but he's too expensive if you're looking for a regular squad. And probably the best guy that I see selected is Ryan Christie. I know that he starts against Liverpool and that hurts a lot, but still defensive contributions, you don't mind them. And he will get you 3 to 4 points every week, and you can bench him in tough fixtures. You don't mind it. Am I going to go with only defensive contributions with that defender? Probably not. I'm going to risk it here with Anderson for the start of the season, because I don't see a world where he's not selected for the first 4 to 5 fixtures. I know that we need him for all of the fixtures, but still for the first couple I see a lot of points being generated, especially him being on set pieces, and set pieces being the bread and butter in that Nottingham Forest side. And the final thing that I recommended here is going for an Aston Villa attacker. We have Malen as an option, by the way, that I'm probably going to invest in. We have Watkins as an option, but he's expensive and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit him. And we have Rodgers, who might be injured. The issue with the guy like Rodgers is that he might be injured. The guy like Malan, he might be rested. The guy that I'm going to go for is Oli Watkins, and that's my first forward into the squad. We've spent 50 million on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, so we need to start filling some budget options. Immediately, Dubravka is joining the frame as he's the cheapest playing keeper, and you can rely on him with tough fixtures. Next up, we have a cheap defender that I'm going to go for. You either pick Estef or Reynudo or Goodmanson, whatever you feel like doing. Most of the times it's not going to be a defender playing. Reynudo is 8.1, Estef is that much, Goodmanson is 2%, so I don't want to lose money on Goodmanson. He has Everton, Fulham, Wolves, Bournemouth, Burnley. Yeah, he has okay fixtures to play him at the end of the day. Now we need to get a rotation for that Chris Richards. I can play him in every game, but what I want to do is get a rotation, and I think the best rotation there is at the moment is Diouf. I'm going to showcase it in a second to you, and you are going to see how I plan to do it. So we have another cheap asset added. We have our cheap midfielder. We need to decide if we are playing 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3. And for now, I'm going to go to a 3-5-2 formation because I just don't see a reason to pick too many forwards at the start. And we go with someone like Mark Gui that is going to has already joined Sunderland, by the way, and we now have 4 players to feed in with 5 players, sorry, with 33 million. For me, the best keepers to start are either Rob Sanchez from Chelsea, good start of the season, then you go to Kelleher. I know that Cowell has been injured, but they're probably buying Gay after it, Kelleher, but their defensive record will drop without Thomas Frank or Matt Sales, who is going to generate a lot of saves from Matt Sales. Who I'm going to go now is Rob Sanchez. I think that it's a good option to go for him. To start the season, he has okay fixtures. Chelsea have been improving. I know that Cowell is a big miss, but at the end of the day, they have 10 gazillion players and they're going to buy even more. Now we have to fill in 4 positions, and let's start by the defensive asset, and I'm going to go for Neco Williams here. I think that cheap, reliable defensive contributions, you can play him every game, and you can potentially rotate him in a lot of the fixtures where you don't like what you see, and in particular Arsenal, but we're going to go to that in a second. Up front, one guy that I was going to go for was Solanke, but this guy has not featured in preseason for a long time, so I am avoiding Mateta, Chris Wood, but that means my third Forest player, and I don't like going there. Who else am I missing? Let's go to forwards and see who am I missing. Gyökeres, Ekitike, Bowen, Havertz, Wissa. The player that I'm going to go is going either to be Evan Nilsson, and don't mind the first fixture. Welbeck, as he has a good potential to start the season well. Raul has a good potential. Probably Strand Twarsen or Thiago are my 2 favorite options that now Wissa is probably leaving. If we look at Thiago, Forest, Villa, Sunderland, Chelsea, Fulham, I don't fancy that. Strand Twarsen is facing 3 bad defenses, City, Bournemouth, and Leeds in the first 5, so probably is going to be Strand Twarsen up front for me. And now we have 16 million to conclude the squad. What I tend to do here is I want to pick one of the best assets there are going to be this year, and that's Bruno Fernandes, and we're left with 7.5 million in the bank to finalize our squad in defense, in midfield, sorry, as a Gordon, Gibbs White, and that's it. So probably 7.5 is not needed. Rodgers, Kluivert, Semenyo, Schade, Neto, Savinho, probably 7 million is not needed as well. You need a Spurs attacker to start the season. Brennan Johnson looks like a great potential to start the season. As Madison is injured, as Kulusevski is injured, as Solanke is injured, I think that Johnson will play regardless where his position will be. At 6.5, we have some good assets, and where I would probably go is 6.5 and improve anywhere else. Of course, no City asset, but someone like Savinho is not nailed. Someone like Foden and Marmoush are too expensive for my liking. So at 6.5, I can see myself going for someone like Sar. I think Sar is not a bad option. But probably what I will do is pick Brennan Johnson to start the season with and start rotating him after the good fixtures end. Because Burnley, City and Bournemouth, I feel like are good for offensive fixtures from Spurs perspective. So that's where I like currently if I was building my draft from scratch. I can improve Nick Williams to a 5.5 defender. Do I need it? Probably not. I'm missing Arsenal assets, I'm missing City assets, but their start of the season is not that great. You can of course replace the defense or midfielder with Rodri or with someone else in midfield. You can go for, instead of Palmer, go for Haaland, but replace Watkins as well. So you have to sacrifice a bit, probably go with Malen. But what I will do is probably start, if I was starting the season with a team like that, I can rely on Gui if something happens. Goodmanson, Diouf, you can replace Goodmanson with Estef or someone else just to try it. And what will happen is I will start the season with Diouf, Neku and Virgil. I think it's a good team. Then we go here, Virgil stays, Diouf is out for someone like... Yeah, Richards is not amazing facing off against each other, but who cares that much. Then we go here, Aston Villa is down for Forest. Again, a defender facing off against each other. So probably Neku Williams is not the smartest option. We can go for an Everton defender here. Let's try this because I can rely on Everton defenders more. So it's either going to be Tarkovsky. We have the money, so let's pick Tarkovsky. Game week 2, it's like that. Game week 3, it's like that. Game week 4, we go to Sunderland instead of this guy. It's okay. And then here in game week 5, if the team have survived, it will be Richards versus Diouf. Do I care that much? Not really. Then Powers drops to Tarkovsky once again. So yeah, I can rely on that team defensively. For the first 6 weeks, even I can add the 7th week where it's Powers versus Everton. Not ideal, but still I can rely on them. So this is my team at the moment. Please leave down in the best draft that I can build. Please leave down in the comment section what do you believe about it, what do you think about it, is it good, is it not, do you like it, do you not. I think it's a good draft in my eyes and we have everything covered. Of course a lot can change, but for now I think that's pretty much enough. So if you enjoy the content and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, don't forget to be present, and don't forget to join my streams and comment sections and Discord. And you can follow me on X, everything that you want to do. If you want to build your draft and maneuver around it, FPL.team, link is down in the description. And soon we're going to start preparing specifically for game week 1. But for now guys, I'll be heading out. Bye!